All right. Cool. How's everybody? Break over. We're going to continue in Redcliffe Castle. It was tempting to just go through it in one chunk, but my leg was getting stiff. I needed to stretch. I have stretched. And I ate 2 tacos. Pistachios. Arr. Thank you, KG. Entropic, thank you. So, I guess this was Connor's room. It did seem like a weird trigger on the door. We walk in here. Oh my god, Connor, no! Maybe it doesn't go with that room. Maybe it goes with one of the adjacent rooms. Keep our eyes open. If there's any more mention of Connor. Alexius's journal. Appears to be Alexius's journal. This is the final entry. Nothing works. I've tried countless times to go back before the Conclave explosion, before Felix's caravan was attacked by Darkspawn, before the Venatori first arrived in Minrathous, without success. Breach is the wellspring that makes this magic possible, and travel outside of its timeline is impossible. The Elder One's demand that I change the events of the Conclave can never be fulfilled. He may kill me for failing him, but I must protect Felix from his wrath. C. Bailey, thank you for the host. You're welcome. Where to go first? Lucky you having that question. Chameleon, where to go first? India or Indonesia? India. Dragoon! Happy Friday! Tiago, hello! Welcome everyone. If you're out there lurking too, hello to you! I hope everyone brought snacks. It'll be a long night. Their supply crate.
What became of Felix? Do you know?
Yes, I know.
And you're not going to tell me?
You'll find out soon enough.
Did you hit a magic number? This the mage quest, Thiago it is, yes. And since we are full up on potions, I'm not going to use that supply cache. We can come back to it. I think there may be another supply cache nearby. Pretty apprentice coat. Any more feedback on the possible switch from Archer to dual wield? Any more interest? We got a couple. Basically got one yay, one nay. I'm not really keeping count. Just curious. This room. No, everybody hold. Hey, everybody hold. I expect Liliana to listen. Hell, I don't expect my own party to listen. What do we have here? Venatori marksman on his way down, lesser shades. This is a pretty big room. This might be the room I was thinking of before with like 4 different ways out of it. Dealt with it. There's a rift in here. Spellbinder in the middle. If I sick everyone on the Spellbinder, they'll just kind of scatter. We should probably do this in stages. Although I would want that mage down as quickly as possible. Risk just letting everyone in. Sick everyone on the mage, let everyone into the room, and see if I can disrupt the rift. Squishier, but more damage. Yeah, Chameleon, no matter what, you should be very mindful of all of that. And it sounds like you are. prepared to be, so that's good. A lot to consider when you're traveling to faraway places. Did I miss him because I went behind the pillar with that shot? Spellbinder down. You guys have fun. Holy shit. You want to res her, please? Do I have to tell you to res her? Don't have enough mana? Your lyrium potions? When did you drink your lyrium potions? Well, it. Where is she lying dead? Did you do that? Or you just cast it? Was that for shits and giggles, Dorian? Because I actually meant for you to cast it, please. No. Get a disrupt on this rift. Are they already spawning? I don't think he's gonna be able to dispel more than one. Try for one. He got one. AIDS. Wraith. Any wraiths? Shades. Can't disrupt this rift? Don't know why you can't disrupt this rift. It's just a weird hitbox thing. Hitboxes are weird sometimes when you're trying to disrupt or close a rift. You can see there's no prompt. Maybe it bugged. Or maybe I'll get a close prompt even though we got no disrupt prompts. What's it gonna be, game? What's it gonna be?
This is the way to the main hall. Alexius will likely be there.
What in
Red
Andraste's
lyrium shard.
name is that?
Or more.
Hold on to it. I want to look at it later.
I think Varric would have quite a bit to say in this mission. I'm not sure I've ever brought him, but his connection to Red Lyrium through events with his brother, I'm not ready to go there, would probably give him a lot to say. Supply cache, which we don't really need yet. We're gonna explore a little bit, see what's up here. I have played the game before, it's familiar, but I don't really know where I'm going. I get to a place like this and go, I think I know the fight coming up, maybe? If we have someone strong enough, there's a wall we can break through in one of these areas. I don't know if it's this one. Go in one area, we come around, we bust through a wall, the fight's a little different.
Try to take out that enchanter quickly. Block them from coming up the stairs!
Right. Block them from coming up the stairs. You're the mage, although you don't have firewall yet. Block them from coming up the stairs. Good luck. Someone might be carrying an Antivan firebomb. I might have made one for someone. I'd have to check. Cassandra might be carrying it. Target. Sometimes when I try to pan the camera instinctively when locked on a target, flicking the right analog stick, what it actually does is change targets. There's been much of that. Yes. Level.
I could really go for some light reading.
Another red lyrium shard. So we're not leveling very quickly at the moment. And if we respec into double daggers, that'll come when we're... Neither the time nor the place. Full draw. We can pick up full draw. Huge. Takes a moment to line up the perfect shot. Pays off with devastating hit that bites even deeper against enemies who aren't injured yet. 800 weapon damage. If they're at full health, 800 more. 24-second cooldown, doesn't cost any stamina. I think that's going to be overall more useful, or more immediately useful, than Archer's Lance, which will rip through targets on the way. So many things I want. But a new attack, powerful attack, definitely going to grab that up. We also have points to spend. Did the full hostile experience, huh? Chameleon? Traveling around with a backpack, place to place, hostels, homestays, hiking, surfing, snorkeling. Already, know what you're doing already. Traveling like that. Bet you got some cool adventures ahead. Against those terrors, the full draw. The full draw has gone to the alternate set. Full draw. See how long it takes to line up. It's not that bad. It came in that way. Don't trust the autosave, and with gamepad controls enabled, there is no quick save. You can't even hit F5 on the keyboard and have it work.
What happened here?
Find Alexius. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I want to know what happened here. Liliana won't tell us. No, this room looks safe. I could get you all to listen. Do something like this. Hold. Hold. I don't want my mages that close, so change my mind. Guys, step back here. It only has a chance to work if...
They haven't noticed us yet.
No.
Good opportunity to look for higher ground.
They're gonna end up snapping to my position if I go anywhere. If I climb, as suggested. Take a few more steps, and at least one of them's gonna snap to my position. Just, yeah. That's Liliana.
Kill the Enchanter!
Make it take you!
Should not have come down from the high ground, which is pretty stupid. What do we have in here? Marksman, pellet. Let me try my full draw. While everybody's kind of on their own targets, I still have pretty good health. I not connect?
Sorry for interrupting your dinner.
Full inventory. That's not cool. Ah, not cool at all. Full inventory. I've been picking up all kinds of crap. What are we gonna drop? So-called valuables. Are the valuables more valuable than common items? Anyone have a sense of that? Either destroy the valuables or I destroy bad weapons and armor. Destroy some of those. Not really worth more. Alright, well, then... Hey, Melga. Welcome. How you doing? So this is another bit of junk, so I may as well not bother picking it up. If I'm overflowing because of junk, stop picking up junk. Before we go back that way. At Lyrium Shard, we do want those. 2 more to find, in fact. Aim in there. Another supply cache. Well, we're doing all right there. They're not a weight mod. There are perks for more inventory space, and I will be getting one of those very soon. Antivan Tailoring, I think the perk is called. You can actually get 2 levels of it, getting more inventory space. That's one thing. And there are, I'm sure there are mods for it. I think those red dots on the minimap, we're going to be able to sort of bust in on them. Cassandra's strong enough. Bash. She'll be able to bash that. Well, full draw. He was not at full health, so I didn't get the extra 800. I would have had to open with full draw. But unless I wanted to yell at the party, that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't going to get the first shot. There's another bash. Studies on the Blight. Introduction of blight to prisoners yields no discernible pattern. Disease progresses erratically. Some subjects die within hours despite all efforts. Others show no symptoms at all. Subjects may harbor some natural resistance, which makes isolation and testing a priority. Later entry follows. 6 more subjects died. Transfusions of blood from resistant prisoners.
Cometh.
Up, Iceman, welcome. Transfusions of blood from resistant prisoners slow the rate of corruption only slightly. Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday, everyone. Healthy flesh taken from live subjects and implanted in the infected will often die even before corruption spreads to it. Cases where implantation is successful. Blight corruption spreads across donor flesh faster than host flesh. Prisoner Leliana has been the most useful source of resistant blood and skin. You saw Liliana. Imagine. You were here an hour ago. Nothing in this last room. A couple more guys. I don't know that we're coming back to this supply cache. Still seems wasteful to use it, doesn't it? Use a potion when I'm at 7 of 8. Cassandra's just barely hurting. Took a scratch. Hey, Alex, what's up? I think that was the main, this area up here is the main bit. Sound right. Instead of going directly to the main part of the quest, we came up here. That was the big chunk of it. But there's a couple more things off the room down there to find. There's one more red lyrium shard. Maybe we need to find before we go up. To deal with Alexius. Which side did we come in on? Far corner? Another supply cache. Yeah, this is the part where there are just supply caches everywhere. And I remember this.
How much damage did Alexius' spell do?
Rifts tore apart all of southern Thedas, starting here. But whether that's his doing or the breach, who can say?
Just looks like it. Summerstone. I gotta stop picking up the junk items because I'm just gonna have to destroy them again. If I'm thinking about it, I'll try not to pick them up. Oh, that was just the other world. Okay, cool. All on the same side. Got it. You see what happened there? I came back up to where I was, but by a staircase I hadn't been in yet. Let's check this side room. There might be something. Masterwork Waveblade. 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 Is that a dagger or else? I think our first respec is going to be really cheap. And even later ones, a couple of them shouldn't be too costly. I don't know if the price keeps going up. Rawr, rawr, rawr. You know what? Go ahead. Knock yourself out. There's one upstairs, there's one in the other room. Yeah, that's wasteful, but it's driving me crazy walking by all of those. I can picture myself going into the fight with Cassandra just down a little bit on health and down just one potion and coming up just that short.
Are they praying? Let's try to take them by surprise.
Well, it works for me, but work for you?
Block this! Yes!
Yeah, Dorian's kind of screwed with that in the back, but we gotta finish one at a time. Dorian already got knocked out. Now that I didn't see. And we got mages up here. One mage up here. Spellbinder. Everybody move to the Spellbinder. No! No! Shit, exactly. That's shit. Who said shit? It wasn't me the first time. I said it the second and third times. Somebody did. I stupidly let my casters get caught up in this by telling them to come up here and fight. Oh, not right next to. What happened to that caster? Maybe he's dead. No, there he is. Back. Or it's another one.
Doesn't look like the Elder One is interested in saving his followers. Let's head back to the main hall.
Oh, we got all the lyrium
I know how
shards
we'll
now.
open the door.
See this. So the easiest, watch out. Easiest supply cache to reach is still down here. There's one upstairs if we really needed another, but we're going to be going into the throne room now, so. I find you here? Finish this. You're here alone?
No Venatori this time, Alexius. Where's the trap? Your guards?
There's no longer any point. I knew you would appear again. Not that it would be now, but I knew I hadn't destroyed you. My final failure.
Was it worth it? Everything you did to the world, to yourself.
It doesn't matter now. All we can do is wait for the end.
It does matter. I will undo this.
How many times have I tried? The past cannot be undone. All that I fought for, all that I betrayed, and what have I wrought? Ruin and death, there is nothing else. The Elder One comes for me, for you, for us all. Felix.
That's Felix. Maker's breath, Alexius. What have you done?
He would have died, Dorian. I saved him. Please, don't hurt my son. I'll do anything you ask.
Hand over the amulet and we let him go.
Let him go and I swear you'll get what you want.
I want the world back.
No. No!
And so it comes to this. See the skeletons hanging from the chandelier? From everywhere.
Impossible! The Elder One will destroy it. Your death will be my apology!
Hectorian!
Victory! The Elder One will...
You are so trolly.
Your death will be my apology!
Stay there for... No! Shit. Did you just shoot a piece of the environment? Yeah, teleporting mages and lock-ons. Oh, I wonder if this spell would have worked on that cast. Wraith. And you're just quaffing all my potions. I love it. Take them all, why don't you? See if I can even get one. Didn't work. Didn't work quite like a normal rift. That's assuming... Oh, never mind. Close the rift!
Victory is important. So much for the Inquisition. Your death will be my... Tell me again how you're gonna seal the breach. Tell me again how you're gonna seal
Tastes
the
like
breach.
burning! Oh, he moved again.
World's already lost.
What an ass! Who's what, where? Ah, well, that's my answer. Everybody on the terror. Immolating the right thing. Make sure you're immolating the terror. Son of a... What just shredded? Shredded. And Solus. Dorian back up. And get out of there. The terror did this. Yeah, no shit, don't you think? You gonna try that again? As soon as you can. Wait, it's not dead? Kill it! Oh my god, kill it if it's not dead. Please take a potion. You have my blessing.
Victory is impossible. So much for the mighty Inquisition. Victory is impossible. The Elder One will destroy us both.
Finish him!
Victory is impossible. The Elder One will destroy us both.
Yeah, you first.
I am... He wanted to die, didn't he? All those lies he told himself, the justifications. He lost Felix long ago. Didn't even notice. Oh, Alexius.
This Alexius was too far gone, but the Alexius in our time might still be reasoned with.
I suppose that's true. This is the same amulet he used before. I think it's the same one we made in Minrathous. That's a relief. Give me an hour to work out the spell he used, and I should be able to reopen the rift.
An hour? That's impossible. You must go now. The Elder One.
You cannot stay here. We'll hold the outer door. When they get past us, it'll be your turn.
We'll make this count.
The only way we live is if this day never comes. Cast your spell. You have as much time as I have arrows. no darkness closes. I am shielded by flame. Andraste, guide me. Maker, take me to your side.
You move, and we all die! You'll have to do better than that.
Put aside all claim to Redcliffe and we let you live.
You won. There is no point extending this charade. Felix.
It's going to be all right, Father.
You'll die.
Everyone dies.
Well, I'm glad that's over with. Or not.
Grand Enchanter, imagine how surprised I was to learn you'd given Redcliffe Castle away to a Tevinter Magister.
King Alistair.
Especially since I'm fairly sure Redcliffe belongs to Arl Tegan.
Your Majesty, we never intended...
I know what you intended. I wanted to help you. But you've made it impossible. You and your followers are no longer welcome in Ferelden.
But we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
Well,
I should point out that we did come here for mages to close the breach.
And what are the terms of this arrangement?
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you. The Inquisition is better than that, yes?
I suggest conscripting them. They've proven what they'll do given too much freedom.
They have lost all possible supporters. The Inquisition is their only remaining chance for freedom.
It seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
prisoners or allies? I don't see how making them prisoners gets us anywhere.
We would be honored to have you fight as allies at the Inquisition's side.
We'll discuss this later.
I'll pray that the rest of the Inquisition honors your promise then.
The breach threatens all of Thedas. We cannot afford to be divided now.
Sarah's not
we
down
can't
with
fight
that.
it without you. Any chance of success requires your full support.
I'd take that offer if I were you. One way or another, you're leaving my kingdom.
We accept. It would be madness not to. I will gather my people and ready them for the journey to Haven. The breach will be closed. You will not regret giving us this chance.
How's everybody doing? I look forward to our better accommodations coming up sometime tonight.
It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition appear incompetent at best, tyrannical at worst.
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
Give them their freedom for now. If they prove later they can't handle it, impose restrictions.
And how many lives will be lost if they fail? With the veil broken, the threat of possession. You were there, Seeker. Why didn't you intervene?
While I may not completely agree with the decision, I support it. The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. And here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
I got a taste of the consequences if we fail. Let's make sure we don't.
We will not fail.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
Goes my nap.
And I'd hope to sit out the assault on the breach. Take a nap, maybe go for a walk.
What is it they say? No rest for the wicked.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
I must admit I'm surprised.
We both saw what could happen, what this Elder One and his cult are trying to do. Not everything from Tevinter is terrible. Some of us have fought for eons against this sort of madness. It's my duty to stand with you. That future will not come to pass.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with, future or present.
Yeah, let's not go too far there.
But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes?
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
In your heart shall burn. With the Inquisitor's hard-won allies, it's time to march on the breach and close it. Well, maybe not quite yet. Isn't that the really tough one? Isn't that the crazy fight? Can be, anyways, can be. Over-leveling a bit for it if possible might not be a bad plan. We have plenty to do. Let's go take a look. Let's at least turn in some things and go take a look at the War Council. See what's on the table. And go the right way to do it.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Orphan.
And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your Illyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement.
The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince them it is a necessary one as well.
Hello? Can I help you with something?
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
KG, are you saying if I even go to the war room, I won't be able to get any of my previous... I'll get pulled into it if I go to the war room? Can't go do anything else on the table?
Fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes...
Fine then. I don't think we've collected enough to do any more cool potion upgrades. Maybe not even having enough to replenish. Let's see what we've got.
Thank you for hurrying with the potions. We have so many in.
You can go to the war room.
We'll get them back on their feet, sister. Don't you worry.
Checking for upgrades.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static.
Diago, thank you for the follow and welcome aboard. Cannot afford that yet. Need 5 Prophets Laurel and more Embrium and... Regen potion. We already got a couple upgrades for it. Stuff we don't have. We won't be upgrading anything for a while. Might not even have much for replenishing. Blood Lotus! One. Or have two. Still I want it. Give me bees!
And done.
Where should we go? We go... Not go right back to the hinterlands. Not go right back to the hinterlands. Got... things left there. But we're the right level to go to a couple other places. What, check out. A little bit of the Storm Coast. Very good here, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Getting settled in. It's gonna be a long night, my man. It's gonna be a long night. Got some new gear. I go back and sell some of that stuff. Sell some of that stuff right now. Inventory's about full. Let's gear up and then sell. Do a little bit of this.
I've news, sir.
Don't want your news. I were gonna respec to daggers. Have at least one really nice dagger to start playing with. Do that. Should we do a respec? Do a respec now. We can always go back. Archer later. Pretty tempting. Might be able to craft a nice one too. I meant to give her that sword the other day. It's quite a bit more damage. Loses a few things, but Master Demon Slaying Rune. Extra damage versus demons. It's not that Cassandra does a lot of damage. Her goal isn't to do damage. Still. The extra point for it. At some point I do want to get poisoned weapons. I'm going to save that. Put on something. Error doesn't... Items, I either sell them because they're not worth much and they're not even that helpful in combat, or I just equip them and get them out of the way for now. These out of the way. And if they're not character appropriate, I'm just getting them out of here. Go hit a vendor. Is the vendor here in Redcliffe? Any of the merchants here? They might have some schematics for things I want. Let's pop back to Redcliffe to sell. Anybody know where's some of the good early game schematics? Something I might be able to make. What do you think about that respec? Pop back to Haven. Should have just gone to Haven. Oh, I can get a token there. I'm sure there's other places, but there's an amulet or a token or something. I've never respec'd in this game, but I know I've seen the item, and I saw it the other day. It's there. It's...
We should search the area.
They say a desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor.
Oh, it's taking me to the door I can't open yet until I have the perk. This door requires deft hands, fine tools. I do have a perk. I might actually be able to pick that up. And KG said I could go to the war room. So I guess we're not ready for quest yet. I want to sell some stuff, possibly respec, hit up the war room, get the perk, do the things. Nope. Hi there, Hen. How are you doing? I played the game when it was new. I have not played it since. Played it a few times when it was new, but I've not played the DLC.
Is there something you need?
I didn't even see that. That took... I had to look at that a few times before I'd even clicked. How did I miss that? I don't know that everyone's even wearing helmets. We already checked to see if there was armor upgrades, light adventure armor. Before I sell those, we'll check. Why did we get a level 15? Outfit. We're not gonna be able to use that for a long time. Yep, that's correct, Chi. Aww. Wouldn't mind picking up a couple cool schematics, maybe make a few items. Wear it. Could wear it. Expensive, but kind of nice. Bet you I could craft something good though. Comparable. If not now, soon. Sells upgrades. One more. The merchant, thinking of with schematics, is down, I don't know what we call it, crossroads or something south of here, not in Redcliffe. Hello? Cool. That's stuff I was looking for. Schematics for upgrades. Which ones I would need or want. We're respecking into daggers. Might need to make at least one dagger. I have a nice one. Nice named one.
Good day.
Raw. Alright then, let's go back. Kind of excited about this. I was laying in bed thinking about daggers, okay? That's not weird. Shush. Maybe we should switch. Maybe we should switch. I believe this is, well, I can. This is the 33rd 24-hour stream.
You know Aunt Spud.
How are you not dead?
Far a good rider on your lap.
So there we go. Tactician's renewal. An unlimited amount for just 345. They make that pretty cheap. Single-use amulet lets the bearer clear his mind. Clear her mind. Reapply the benefits of combat knowledge for maximum tactical flexibility. Respec amulet. Maybe the cost will go up, but the first one's cheap. The beard that is evil. Why not? So, 10 points to spend, everything cleared. We need some of our basics. Stealth, yes. As well as evade, leaping. Still gonna want that. Pick up those basics before we do anything else. We got 7 points to spend. Respecking into daggers. We're gonna need flank attack and skirmisher so that when we attack, flanking attack, we go into stealth again. Then what? Parry attack. No cost. Unforgiving chain, your daggers blur a dance of deadly pain. Each strike adds to your critical hit chance. After a critical attack, your chain resets as you begin another dance. Critical chance goes up until you crit. Like the sound of that. Spinning blades, you move status effects to nearby foes while stripping them from foes your daggers hack. Death blow. Lash out hard with a swift and deadly skill, and then again against a wounded foe. Extra damage for every bit of missing health. Twin Fangs. I remember using Twin Fangs, so I definitely want to pick that up. 2 hits, 200% weapon damage per hit. Bonus damage if you flanked. Oh, Prestige. I'm not sure I'm going to stay here forever with daggers. I do want to play around with it some. This is going to be a long playthrough. Gives us some variety, and we can decide what we want to spend the bulk of the game with, which we haven't so much ahead. There's very little behind us and a lot ahead, so we can mix things up. Deal more damage only if you keep your target facing forward towards the blow. If flanking, your Twin Fangs attack will keep your target's armor sundered from the blow. Sundering if flanking. Regain stamina with every kill. 4 more points. I don't think I'm going to upgrade Twin Fangs quite yet. I might want to get some passives or work my way towards Death Blow. If Death Blow kills a target, there's no cooldown on Death Blow. Poison. Yeah, thank you. I meant to grab poison even with the archer. Grab poison weapons right now. Having another point to spend on the upgrade. Well, committed to it. Thank you for mentioning poison. Poison and Death Blow. See what we can do for gear. Still equipped. We're gonna have to change that. Dagger, Bleeder of Souls. Wave Blade was a longsword. Curved Dagger, Tier 1. I don't have any Tier 2 dagger schematics. Dual Blade Dagger? Dual Blade Dagger? That's just a grip. Well, what it comes out as might be alright. Fair amount of Drakestone, a lot more iron. Not a very strong weapon either way. Oh, primary slot. Yeah, low armor rating damage. It's gonna be an iron dagger. This would be the offense slot, so heal on kill. Carrier damage bonus. Kill attack bonuses. A lot of heal. This is not going to be a fantastic dagger. I hope to replace this as soon as possible. Dissolving Knife. A-okay. Make a dagger grip for it. What do we get out of that? Cunning, Dex. A bear hide. Doesn't much matter. Just looking at it for a second. Critical chance, critical damage bonus. Since we're going to be disposing of this, I don't want to waste decent materials. Selected. Craft. Go. Deadly Grip. Prestige, you're off to spend some time in the Fade. Sleep well, man. Dream nice things. You're going to sleep too. Commander Tomalak. Good night as well. Anyone else taking off? If you're lurking out there, if you're going to get some shut-eye, come back and see us when you're up. We'll be here.
That'll do.
Dagger I made didn't have slots. Pay attention, Jay. I don't think it had slots. That's okay. Let's equip that other dagger. Did I even make the other dagger? Dissolving Knife. It does have a grip and a slot. Critical damage bonus, cunning. What an ugly knife. Oh, shit. Let's see, what skills do I have where? Alright, we have a totally different character all of a sudden. Death blow, poison weapons. Poison weapons is not a sustained like previous Dragon Age games had sustained things. It just lasts for 10 seconds. So you do it before lashing out in a bunch of attacks. I want them. Had certain things in certain places. Not that I needed them there, but I've gotten used to them a little bit. So let me assign them. Map to battle menu here.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Yo, buddy. S7, thank you, man. Yes. Counting them months up. We get some love and sub hype in chat for S7. Thank you for subbing and keeping that going, man. You know that means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much. Rock, man. Woo! I shouldn't woo during the 24. I want to try this out. Let's go to the ward table, get the perk. If I can afford deft hands, fine tools, I might pick that up now. More inventory would be nice, but I want to start opening those doors. There's 2 or 3 now that I wasn't able to open. There'll be more later, right? Increasingly more.
I saw the leader of the Bull's chargers, that Iron Bull. Something, is he not?
The veil holds no uncertainty for her.
The Inquisition.
Novo takes it literally. How you doing, Novo?
Appreciate your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin. And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your...
Alright, we got a perk. So, deft hands, fine tools. It's available. Before we buy into it, let's take a look. What else is there? To repeat, if you were going to get extra... if you wanted to get extra herbs when you pick herbs, or extra XP when you get lore, the time to do it is early. If you do it later, you're just missing out on a good part of the bonus you would have received. I'm not sure I'm going to pick those up. We could get more inventory space. Cannot get true grit until we've captured a keep. We're just not far enough along yet. Rogue schematics would be cool. Not that we need them, but I think there's some good ones in there. Considering I want to make a nice dagger, nicer maybe than what I've got. We don't really have good resources yet. I shouldn't be worrying about these things. I'll have to figure out if the dagger's gonna work well enough on Nightmare. So, deft hands, fine tools for now. Talk to Josie as well. Okay, if we must. And before you do the breach, you should talk to everyone. Keep it coming. KG, anyone else, keep it coming. Let me know whenever. I mean, I'm not worried about getting tips and nudges. If there are things that make sense to do that I'm not thinking of or doing, nudge me, let me know. I want to get thing that for completion. Port ready. Grey Warden treaties, Griffin robes. Oh, I actually got something nice. I was correct. Spreading the word that the Inquisition was allied with the Grey Wardens meant messages of support poured in. The treaties in hand, we've managed to secure new recruits and donations of both gold and equipment. Commander will make good use of them. Truth or Dare, the Imperial Court. Influence, up. Leading nobles to the crater was an interesting experience. Mallory had to restrain a few of them physically from signing their names on the red lyrium crystals. One of them wanted a charred corpse as a souvenir. Next time, I'd rather we dropped him in the crater and left. Present for Bianca. Aiming Module 2. I should have had more faith in my agents. Of course they tracked down Provident, who has sought shelter from the Mage-Templar conflict, the wealthy Navaran patron. Truther Dare, Lake Celestine, Grand Cleric Iona. Investigate the strange chalk markings. Do you know this sign? Triangle, point down, 2 wavy lines through it. Look out, spotted it in chalk on a ruined wall close to one of our outposts. Why are they marked? Could follow up on Argent's lead. Comtesse de Bayard is reclusive and has remained steadfastly neutral, but I'm certain I can find some way to gain her cooperation. Well, good luck, Josie. Before we send her out, though, see what else is available. Once you commit someone to a mission, they can't be on another mission till they're done, so I haven't really looked at what's here yet. While the Chantry is ostensibly the Inquisition's ally, a cleric has arisen as the leader of those who oppose it. Grand Cleric Iona of Cumberland has quietly gathered them around her, giving her an early lead in the race to become the next Divine. Should she succeed, this could mean a resumption of widespread opposition to the Inquisition, as well as danger to the Herald of Andraste. Liliana wants her assassinated. Josephine wants us to prop up one of her rivals. Cullen says that a display of force and a warning are all we need. She's not a fool. Realize that Templars no longer protect her. Some of these have, if you pick the right person, certain rewards. End up with certain rewards. I guess that is the right person if you're looking for the reward. If any of these look familiar, think of any cool rewards that might pop out of here if we pick a certain person for a job. Throw it out there. Answer a request from Hasmal. And the Inquisition is working with Redcliffe's mages. Those put you in a position to aid us. Hasmal's circle sustained damage. Trust you sympathize. Well, you can arrange safe passage from Hasmal and let the city's leaders believe they owe us a favor. There's a good ring to it.
At your service.
Sold, Josie. Sold. Yalmari Ruins. Oh, 3.5 hours. There's one of the first longer ones. They get longer than this. Almari runes found in the mountain passages outside Haven have finally given up more of their secrets, pointing to one of the larger islands off the northern coast of Ferelden. The island is quite large, covered in dense wilderness, so searching it will be an involved process. According to the runes, however, there should be some connection to the original disciples of Andraste and the guardian of the sacred ashes. Diana suggests stealthful agents. Cullen wants to go in with force and occupy the islands. Josephine has some trustworthy adventurers she would send. Nobody can do it very quickly. Cullen's brute force looks like it'll the fastest. What would they find? They even know what to look for. Are we gonna put Liliana on that It's a long one. Let's get it going. We're gonna be here for 20 hours, so... Lake Celestine. Pursue. Heartlands. Go back to that. Hey, Ice Flame. It's been a little while. How you been? You been lurking out there at all? It's good to see you. You had me for a second there, Iceman. Alright, tell you what. Cullen, show of force. Let's see if that works on Grand Cleric Iona. Liliana. Send your agents, your sneaky agents. See what they can find out.
Let's see what we have.
See, talk to Josie. Well, he's a little reluctant. Griffin robes. I want to see those too. Huh. Something there just doesn't look right. Not that don't look like mage robes at all. There's light armor. Solus has got his cool armor. You know what? Solus has got his cool armor. Dorian, joy. Griffin robes for you. Have it. Hold it. Hold it for me. I don't think anyone has throwing blades right now. But I could equip it on, Eric could hold it for me.
I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who is she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corpin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
How?
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power, instead of comforting the masses.
Mage circles started falling years ago. The Chantry was troubled even before the Divine's murder.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevarra, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andrasti's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
So if everyone listens to the chant, things will be smooth as silk.
I did say commonality is merely a beginning, but it's an important one. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
The Inquisition will have plenty of time for that, between finding the Divine's murderer and sealing the breach.
Yeah, we just made a time.
Busy as we are, I do have a question for you, if you've a moment. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
Well, already made it clear we don't claim to be holy, but we're talking about this is about presentation. This is about perception. Sometimes that's not about reality. You reply. How would you?
Will my answer change your reply to the chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra, Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
I don't know. Private. Ah, the Herald. She has no idea. That'll be sure to instill confidence.
I don't know if a miracle from Andraste saved me any more than they do.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
Yeah, I think for now, Lamia, that's probably best label for the moment, even though it's kind of meandering after that. So, Giselle, we have not spoken with her since she got here, I don't think. Maybe once?
I understand you were instrumental in garnering the assistance of the rebel mages. It is well done. And I pray this Inquisition fares better than the
All the wind is blowing.
handling of magic.
You disapprove of something the chantry did. Are you allowed to do that?
That largely depends upon one's company. While surrounded by those declared heretics already, I am safe enough. In some ways, Andraste had the simpler task. Magic should serve man, and not rule over him. That tells us what should be, but it does not tell us how to get there. So many times the methods of men have undone the spirit of their goals. Once you have sealed the breach, we shall see whether this Inquisition is truer to the Chantry, or its own namesake.
As I said, we could have spoken with her a bit before. I'd like the Inquisition's history. Let's talk about the Chantry. How are the people? Who will be the next divine? All important things. Let's see. I don't remember what she says about the Inquisition or the Chantry, but let's hear her out. Who will be the next divine is a question that's going to keep coming up again and again. And we're already just beginning to lay the groundwork for what might actually happen. Decisions that might be made. We heard about their cleric Iona. A couple possible candidates here. Inquisition. Haven't said much about that yet.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the chant of light by force.
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the chant of light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the seekers of truth, and eventually the Templars.
And now we're back.
This is a dark chapter of history for the Divine to revisit.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was divine, Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
Robo Crow, that's what I was thinking too. I've had that title on the Inquisition streams all week, and I just realized coming into the 24 how appropriate it was for this. You doing this fine Friday? Ain't it for the long haul?
I don't believe I've had the chance to speak candidly with the revered mother. Can you tell me about the Chantry?
I presume you mean deeper questions about the organization itself. I trust the Chantry at Ostwick taught you the basics.
Why does the Chantry allow only human women to become priestesses?
The official doctrine is that elves and dwarves have turned further from the Maker than humanity. And as for men, the chant holds that they are more vulnerable to anger or passion. But in truth, it is simply political, added after Andraste's death, like too many of our beliefs.
If you don't believe these restrictions are what Andraste wanted, why haven't you tried to change them?
Has the current state of the world not taught you the folly of fighting too many battles at once? I chose to use what power I had to help peasants forgotten by the nobles of Orlais. I believed there would be time to address their inequality under the Chantry once we had saved them from starving.
There were calls for an exalted march to put down the Mage Rebellion. What was your opinion?
It was ignorant gossip. An exalted march only succeeds when it carries the will of the people. Even then, it cannot be undertaken lightly. People are too easily frightened. We cannot destroy everything they fear. An exalted march is justified only against a true threat to this whole world. It is an offense to the Maker to use it as a political bludgeon, or as a means of spreading the chant of light.
What about the exalted march that conquered the elves?
That is a hotly debated matter in some circles of the Chantry. The elves had conquered Montsemard and threatened Val Royeaux itself. They were not helpless victims. But even then, Orlais was the only nation to provide troops. It was hardly an exalted march of all the faithful. The Maker wishes his world to spread by example, not by war. We win no converts with blood.
What is your stance on magic?
Andraste put it simply. Magic must serve man, not rule over him. However, those words must be put into the proper historical context. Andraste led a rebellion against the Tevinter Imperium, whose magisters controlled most of the world at the time. Even then, she never called for all mages to be put to death. She believed in peaceful coexistence.
I don't recall the Chantry being as tolerant of magic as you describe.
No. The Chantry is an imperfect vessel, pulled in every direction by those who would steer its course. Yet the Templars rebelled precisely because divine Justinia was not restrictive enough. Perhaps the Inquisition will find a better way.
Perhaps.
Farewell.
Since we're coming up on another break time, let's have more conversations here at Haven while we're here. We jump back into the fray one way or another after that. You have not spoken with Sarah. She should be here at the tavern. Haven't spoken to her. Haven't spoken to Solus in a while. Where does Dorian even hang out in Haven?
Message coming in.
Hello, Crow. Thank you for the host.
She's a feisty one.
She'd put your eye out.
I didn't mean anything by it. It's good to see us all coming together to serve the Maker.
Welcome back.
One of the funny things about Sarah, a lot of them, not big on elves.
What do you need?
Being one makes no difference.
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted. Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
I'm pretty sure the Conclave proved it's not that easy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Why? Because someone yelled it real loud? Make them prove it. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
Is there something else you're looking for? Like, what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right?
Right.
I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again.
Fuck yeah.
Sound good to you, all-touched Lady Herald?
Sounds perfect. Yeah, you're more than welcome here, Sarah.
I think I'll enjoy having you around, Sarah. I hope you'll feel the same.
I'm kind of crazy.
Lady Trevelyan is cheeky. See you, Herald. Herald. I have to do something about that.
Red Jenny says, drop and grab. Operation available. And Josie was done, right? Josie was done at the war table. Sarah, do you have anything else for the moment?
All over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven, just in case.
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are all right. My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Well, you're dragging people together, suppose that's something. You're gonna need more trebuchets if you're going after the sky. Or, you know, ladders.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which, the ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
Both those daggers look silly. One of them looks simple silly, and one of them looks complicated silly.
What do you think about our spymaster, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business, if you have to have it. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
True. The complicated one does look like it could do a number on a demon. And that is good.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
Anything to say about Varric?
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Are we doing the numbers? Sure.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
Going all around.
He makes me wonder about things.
Oh, does he now, Sarah?
Like,
I think Sarah wants a tumble with a big Kunari woman.
Any thoughts about Warden
I have
Blackwall?
detected a signal embedded in the static.
too good, right?
Denver Broncos!
The amount of that
The
you-
Denver Broncos are following. Oh my God! What's up? Hey, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow.
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinter.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
She's a bitch. But she knows. She better.
See, Sarah just cuts through all the bullshit, doesn't she?
Good, right? I'll be here.
I know where to find you then. Oh yeah, that was Edie. Big time, big time. We just finished, in a way we just finished, this is the last of our little BioWare RPG run for now. I mean, Mass Effect has gotten played here a few times. But this is the first time I played the Dragon Age series. Streamed it, not played it, streamed it. First time on stream that I played it. So we did Origins, Mass Effect 1, Dragon Age 2, Mass Effect, whatever, the order was the other way around. But we threaded them together, and this is where we've arrived at. Just a fan, not here in Colorado, but the fan, that's awesome, man. Awesome. I moved to Colorado in 1997, so it was the perfect time. Man, I came out here to go to school, and the Broncos were kicking ass. It was the end of Elway's career. You know, we got everybody riled up. Got 2 Super Bowls. It was really cool. And I'm not a sports fan. I mean, generally, I grew up in New York, did the Mets thing in the 80s, and just kind of blah. But coming here to Colorado in the late 90s was awesome. So got into it for a few years. Not as much since then. Hot dogs! What's up, hot dogs? Hot dogs is another one here in Colorado. Happy Friday, bud. Yeah, let's talk a little bit more with Solus.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel. Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
No. Could not. Dorian is certain. Solus would even... Let's think of
Dorian
that.
was sure. Impossible as it seems.
He didn't like that.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
Dorian's a little further. I don't know. What's the alternate way to acquire Dorian? What happens if you still get Dorian if you go side with the Templars? I don't know, because I've never sided with the Templars. But Bull can... Iron Bull you can get pretty early. As soon as you have access to the Storm Coast. Actual hours, I'm not sure. I could say... LQ, what's going on? Now everyone in Colorado can get a Super Bowl. You get a Super Bowl, you get a Super Bowl. You all get to blaze a Super Bowl. By the way, Solus, you were there. Auntie M.
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront. What can I do for you?
Tell me about your mother.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
Do I need a reason? This is a false platitude.
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I am sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
We've had a few talks with Solus, or at least one long conversation about some of the Fade, but I think these are all new avenues of conversation.
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
Ah.
Inquisitor, that is why I joined, not why I stayed.
Weird, but groovy. Hope that works, Solus.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train to flick a dagger or an arrow to its target. The grace with which you move is a pleasing side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter.
Wisdom and purpose, we
Wisdom
don't hear
and
about
purpose
those.
Are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form as...
Well, Danza, have a great night.
A chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
A body to be real? It's pretty shallow. Not arguing this. End of conversation. Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith. Varric by his chest hair and not his wit. Oh.
I hadn't thought about it that way. But I see your point.
Thank you. Few are willing to entertain such a
What's
notion.
up with him being bald? Or what?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
That is awesome. Lamia's got the Devouring Demon upping the timer on a timer, so it all line up. It is break time again. A few minutes past it, unless I want to stretch this out into one of those 3-hour chunks. I said I might do some normally we do 2 hours break, 2 hours break, 2 hours break. Might do some 3-hour chunks in here somewhere. 24-hour streams are long, you know. Sometimes the breaks are great, necessary, Sometimes they're kind of momentum breakers when the best thing for me is just to focus. But it's early. It's 5 o'clock here. I'm going to go grab a quick snack. I'm going to go stretch my legs. I'm going to go check on the dogs. And I will be back and we'll continue. Here's where we're at in the story. If you haven't been here, if you just got here. When we're ready, in your heart shall burn. With the Inquisition's hard-won allies, it's time to march on the breach and close it. However, we could go get leveled up. What's the recommended level for that? When I was at the ward table, I forgot to check. Tell you what, before taking a break, let's put the real-time minutes required for the ward table to use here. Put the break to use for that. Josie came back. Let's put Josie on a new task. Check the recommended level for that quest, and then out-level it just a little bit, since we're on Nightmare. I need to go get
I shall embrace the light.
a little practice with the daggers, since I just respect out of archery. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing in fight. So let's go to the Storm Coast, do a few things. Josie has returned. Influence. Okay. So let's send her out on something else. When we're ready, I just want to check this. Look at it without selecting it. 8 to 11. We just hit 8. We don't want to do this at 8. We're probably 9 or 10. We probably want to be 11 or 12. Even a little more if it works out. Probably want to be 11 or 12 before we do that. So that'll be on deck for later. Hey Steph, what's up? Got here right before a break. I hope that doesn't scare you off. It's good to see you. We're gonna do, I don't know what we're gonna do after the break, to be honest. Welcome. Hope your weekend is off to a good start. Hope you get a weekend. Josie. The heraldry is of a minor house. Shall we instead see what the surprise might be? Letter from Sarah to Cullen. For your big hats, Lord, whoever says you're rubbish. His servants don't care, but could. Drop a few things for them. They'll give Josephine a surprise. I think scrolls or something. Sarah. Scribble of a heraldic, symbols, and directions are below. Also Sarah's name, 37 times.
At your service.
RoboCrow, do it at 11, I'd say. This is from your guess, not knowing how hard the difficulty is. Nightmare is hard. Nightmare is hard. Especially earlier on, when you just don't have your full skill sets. Don't have specializations. Lots of things we won't be able to do tactically. Much simpler combat.
Would you seem happier here without Templar?
We could talk to Liliana. I'm going to take a break, come back, we'll talk to Liliana, Bull, Varric, and go try out the daggers. Hopefully find some better daggers soon, too. Yogi. Break time! Steph, I'm sorry to hear you're dehydrated. That's no good. Are you fixing that? I'm working to stay hydrated. Staying fed, staying hydrated, two of the most important things for these long streams. Just need fuel of every kind. I'll be back. Go stretch your legs, grab a drink, smoke them if you got them, hug someone or something. And I'll see you back here real soon.